everybody, I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I've got the terrific Taurus April horoscope. We've got a fair bit happening in April. We've got a solar eclipse, and Mercury's going retrograde on April Fool's Day. Mercury retrograde is actually associated with the trickster energy, and so I'm not surprised it falls on April Fool's Day. But let's go to the board now, and I'm going to pick two cards as tarot cards, right? Two cards as theme cards, so this will give you a little bit extra energy. So here we go. Here's your horoscope, but firstly these cards. Closing my eyes now. What do I see for you, dear Taurus, in the beginning of the month? It's like a forest with a path that is lit, sort of dark on the sides where the trees are. Maybe you can't see the wood for the trees, and there might be a little bit of confusion there because it's like wandering in the dark, but there is light on the path. So just more or less continue doing what you're doing. It's all part of life. Things are going to work out. The card that comes up is the Three of Pentacles. This is sort of like ultimate success. This gold here, the solar plexus, it's very indicative of goal-oriented behaviour. It's like you've got a goal, you're going for it, you're working towards it, and it usually does mean some success in the end. Sculpture, it's a lot of hard work, but there is an artistic side to it, and it could bring you some sort of money. So this is saying that your creativity is likely to improve, and you're likely to manifest it in some sort of physical way. It could bring you improvements in your finances, perhaps. All right, second half of the month, what do I see? I've got a pyramid of light here. I can see all these sort of planes of light coming in. This usually refers to the shape, the diamond sort of shape. It's about the chakras opening up, bring more light into your life and into your physical body. Something about tires, something about the wheels going round and round, surging forward, moving forward. Let's see the card that comes up. I'm going to go for that one there. And it's the Two of Wands. You may have felt a little bit, I don't know, encased or restricted or limited in some way, but in April there's something happening so that the restriction eases. You'll be able to step out of the box of your own belief system. You'll be able to move forward. Some decisions to be made. It's not necessarily a really sort of difficult situation, but it's just basically saying that things in your normal everyday life, they go through some sort of improvement, or things get a little bit easier, so to speak. So stepping out of a box, really. Action needs to be taken. If you don't take the action, nothing's going to happen. But there are some opportunities there, and you could be feeling more motivated than usual, more motivated. All right, let's go to the board now and make it a bit bigger. This is your horoscope basically for the month. Now, a couple of things, dear Taurus. There's a lot going on at the moment in your spiritual life, so it could be like rumblings deep down within. Not really quite the time to manifest things at the beginning of the month, but as the month goes along, we have more planets going into your sign here in your first house, so your sign, and so this is bringing more energy about how you deal with the world, how you approach the world, and how you are perceived. There's no aspect patterns beginning of the month, so you don't have to worry about that, but as I mentioned before, Mercury is retrograde from the 1st of April until the 25th of April in Aries, here in your subconscious. The dreams might be a little bit skew, or maybe there's some sort of rumblings underneath and you're not quite understanding or getting the message properly as to what's going on here. It's a great time to have more time alone with all of this activity in your spiritual house. Also, the week before and the week after the retrograde, it's called shadow period, so that is when the energy is rolling into Mercury retrograde or coming out of Mercury retrograde. It's in Aries there, so it could be quite energetic, or it could be quite sort of impulsive. So do watch for strange impulses coming up out of your subconscious where you haven't really thought about something and you've just gone and done something or said something and wish you hadn't. Because with Mercury retrograde, the communications can get a bit confusing or misunderstood. Venus is going into Aries as well here. And sometimes Venus here, it's a bit hard to manifest the love and the affection that Venus brings. It's hard to manifest it when it's in your 12th house. Sometimes it can indicate a longing or desire or a yearning for somebody who is unavailable. So that's one of the unfortunate things of Venus there. And the other thing, Venus does look after money, so it might bring up unconscious desires to spend money, overspend money, and you'll think it'll be okay. It's the influence of Venus, but you haven't really been practical or logical about it, so do watch for that. The solar eclipse is also there, bringing a lot of new beginnings that are sprouting up from your subconscious. It's a bit like planting seeds in the soil. They're still under the ground and you're like waiting for them to bloom, but they don't pop out immediately. So they've got to be watered and nurtured. You plant them, prepare the soil, plant them, water them, but still we need to be patient with the solar eclipse there. It's all about manifestation. But also, I'll come to this in a moment, but things are going to change towards the end of the month when we get Venus moving into your sign and the Sun as well. And the Sun will go in here in your sign on the 19th. That's going to bring a lot of insight about your place in the world, how you are perceived, and even your physical body. You might be thinking more about how you can improve your health or how you can improve your body or your appearance in some way. You do have Jupiter conjunct Uranus here on the 20th. It has been in this house, Jupiter and Uranus, for some months now. So there's some big unexpected changes going on with your appearance or your identity, and sometimes that brings some sort of sense of rebellion or revolution. So you might be feeling like you want to revolt or really transform your life in some way and cause a revolution in your identity. So that could be ongoing for some time. The moon is in Scorpio, and that's the full moon over here. With the full moon here, it could be, or should actually be there, it shouldn't be there, it should be there. But it's in the 7th house, so there could be some sort of turbulence or sort of energy coming up from your subconscious that affects your relationships. So do be careful what you say. As I said, with Mercury retrograde, sometimes there are miscommunications. Excuse me. If you have any legal matters, there may be some contact there to do with that, which is a bit turbulent. Also, this house here is called the House of Open Enemies, which basically means it's those people you don't really get along with, but you may make an effort, or from time to time there could be some turbulence with them as well with the full moon. As a lunar eclipse, it could be to do with women or perhaps a feminine energy. In Scorpio, the feelings could be quite intense with that, or compelling even. Sometimes when it's not good for you but you do it anyway, it could be like that. You're going to say something even though it's not wise to say it, you're still going to do it. Venus then moves into your sign here, and that's on the 29th, right at the end of the month. So that brings the importance of beauty and elegance and gracefulness that comes to mind, and you might be looking at ways you can make yourself more beautiful or even peaceful. Perhaps you're looking for a peaceful life and you want more harmony in your life, and you want to give that vibe off so people can pick that up about you, but they might think of you as being gracious or polite, peaceful, calm, harmonious. Just make sure you don't compromise yourself too much, because Venus will compromise. It's fine to do that a little bit, but not too much. Mars is going into Aries as well, and that's on the 30th. Now, Mars has been in Pisces, up here in Pisces. It's not very happy in Pisces. When Mars moves into Aries, there is more free flow of energy, of Mars's energy, and it's like surging you forward deep down in your subconscious. So you might not be aware of what's going on, but yet you have these desires that want to be fulfilled in some way. And as I mentioned before, with Venus, sometimes that can be a desire for somebody you can't have, or something standing in the way. It could even be a desire for some luxury item that you can't have, a new car or something like that too, because Venus loves luxury and beautiful things and expensive things. And when Mars goes in there with Venus, it's a lot of energy to deal with. It's sort of steering you down a path. You've got to ask yourself, is that a healthy path, a good thing, a logical, practical path for you to take? But that's your astrology in a nutshell for the month of April. Pretty soon, all of these planets are going to come across in May, and then you'll be surging ahead on all cylinders. But they're just dripping across gradually at the end of April. It's quite a spiritual month for you, with all of that planetary energy there in the 12th house. You may have more to do with charities or institutions of some kind, or maybe even prisons, somebody you might know or you hear of. But it is a great time for you to focus on your dreams, to meditate, to look within, because there's so much energy going on here. With Chiron and the North Node, it's almost like it's almost fated or destined that a sore spot could be revealed to you, and that's happening so that you can be healed in some way. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. Leave a like and a comment. That would be great. And subscribe and be alive. That would help my little channel a lot. Have a great month, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now.